Florida State, the Sunshine State, and the USA. Welcome back for another warm-up show with the co-host, Mr. Coach Frenchie is in the house. It's Monday, April 4, and we have to go all the way to the north. I don't know if the sunshine, the province of sunshine, but maybe it's a province where it's called the middle of Canada. Welcome back, Mr. ENORTAP in the house today.
Hello, Coach. Hello, Hockey Nation. Yeah, 7 degrees today, Coach.
First Monday of April, first week of April. This is also the last month of the NHL regular season of 2021-2022. Mr. ENORTAP, we are almost at the end of the season. We see how this is going happening because a lot of games are really important. Night after night, a lot of game, over 50 game again for this schedule this week. Only 4 game tonight, but this is the minimum. The game you're going to get. A lot of more games going happening tomorrow, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday next week. So going to see very interesting. See that couple of matchup where it's going to be a fight between both teams. You know, like tonight, Toronto, Tampa Bay. Tomorrow, Toronto, Florida. And what about the West Conference? The Vegas still in the race. The only thing happening is on the weekend, I believe, maybe the white flag from Winnipeg and also from Vancouver step up more about that one over there. And then somehow, somewhere, the Islanders still alive. Whatsoever could happen for the next 12 games, they will have to win almost lose maybe only one loss for the last 12 30 games they have to go, and then Washington have to be on the wrong side. But remember, they have 2 games to play each other. So, right there, it's a 4-point game. You never know what could happen after that, but it would be interesting. A lot of things, a lot of subjects. Montreal Canadiens signing new players. Montreal Carey Price back on the ice. So we have a lot of subjects to talk about before we get all the prediction. But before that, we have to welcome the people, Mr. ENORTAP. And to start with that, directly from the New York upstate, right away to the top, a little bit your neighbor on the south. I'm talking about the member of the Hockey Nation show, Mr. Jose Duarte is in the house.
Hey, Jose, how are you?
He's not a neighbor, but from the Hockey Nation show is really a great neighbor because he's always here from Finland, Mr. ENORTAP. I'm talking about the insider, all the stat information about the goaltender starter every single time we show up here. I'm talking about Mr. Jarmo Virtanen in the house.
Jarmo, moi moi.
We have the Butterbean, we have the Queen Kelly, and now we have the King of Gamer. Hey, welcome back, Mr. King of the Gamer in the house tonight.
Hey, Justin, how are you?
Jarmo said -4 Celsius, Finland, bad weather.
Not good, not good.
Talking about bad weather, I'm sure that's been nice over there. It's spring. When is spring, Mr. ENORTAP, in the Colorado, Utah? This is the best time of the year to go ski, and you drop now, you're about like -2, -4, and it's beautiful to go ski. So in those times, the snow is still there, and we're only in April, so that's the best time to go all the way up to the top, to go all the way down. And I'm talking about the welcome back, the #1 fans for the Los Angeles Kings. Tonight, they play an important game against the Calgary Flames, something you're going to talk about, I'm sure. I'm talking about our friend, Mr. Ron, with King 20 in the house.
Hey, Ron. Big game indeed.
King of Gamers, I'm watching the Arizona game tonight. I'm sharing the Coyotes and the Kraken for the rest of the season. Awesome. That'd be great. Hopefully, Arizona can win tonight, so we'll give her a chance for the Montreal to stay at the bottom. But we don't tell anybody, King, about that. Talking about our friend, another friend, Mr. ENORTAP. This one is more like he's a stand-up comic man. The guy is always in the middle of the scenes. He's always right there around this, but he's not with a pose. Pay attention what I said. He's not holding a pose, but he's right there to let the people laughing. I'm talking Mr. Richard Mullen.
Hey, Richard, how are you?
And don't forget, so far Washington is losing, the Islanders are winning, and they are at the very least making things interesting. Yep. Honestly, we thought everybody, at some point, and there was at the bottom of the Metropolitan, to be honest with you, right? And slowly, like old men like Lou Lamoriello, one day at a time, one game at a time, one period at a time, and they are back now at the top of the playoff, out of the playoff right now over the Columbus and New Jersey, and they just blow in the back of the Washington. Just tell them, hey, we are here. Just in case you don't want to make the playoff, we would like to make the playoff. So we'll be interesting about that. That's what's going on with the Islanders, to be honest with you. So that's pretty good about this. And talking about friend, talking about a member of the Hockey National Show, but talking about something is big. You know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the really Texas, the New Jersey Devils, where they don't have a great weekend overall, but we know already they are on their way and out of the playoff. They have to think about next year, but we want to welcome our friend Joseph LANHAM in the house.
Hey, Joseph. Welcome.
Ron expect the need to pull out this one. I think this is a very important game for two reasons for the Kings and me. First, prove to the Calgary we can beat you for the playoff. Second, to get them distance whatsoever. They are not very close, but you don't take a chance with at least like minimum 11, 12 games to go. They cannot lose point, right? So it'll be interesting how they're going to play for sure. I'm talking about also another friend, a new member. He's the last member of Join the Party, join the Hockey Nation Live Show family, Mr. ENORTAP. I'm talking about Mr. Pierre Martin in the house.
Bonjour,
from Winnipeg,
awesome,
Manitoba, where everything is short over there. It's big in Texas. This is short over there, as I'm talking about the daylights. But I'm talking about our friend Colette and Dan Asham are in the house.
Hey, welcome, Dan.
Butterbean, the moderator, was going to be joining us at 6:15. Right now, is stopped to get some food and for his brother. But he's going to be back in the next 15 minutes. I got the memo directly.
He stopped to get some Butterfingers.
Yeah.
Have you ever
maybe
had
he got something like that. Who knows what could happen.
Butterfingers.
It could happen about that. Or maybe he went to the king of the potatoes or something like that downtown, or maybe a mandarin get a buffet. Who knows? You never know what he could get, but it's always relate to the food. That's something we have to pay attention about that.
That's it. You're right about
that. Are these days the result, Kelly? Friday, Saturdays, and Miss Kelly, welcome aboard.
Hey, Kelly.
Talking about results, Friday, Yamo, Jose Duarte, Luciano, Graziano, Pierre Martin, 5-2, Andrew, François, Routed Kings, Danny T, Joseph, Noner, and I put Noner, but it's Noner. Coach, ENORTAP, 3-4, bat night, and Kelly, 2-5. The right score, Coach, I have only one. He was the only one Friday. I did a lot of right score, by the way, Mr. ENORTAP, this weekend. Friday, I hit every day. Fantasy 2, I don't know why, Fantasy 2, but Danny, Yamo, Richard Mullen, McDavid, Kane, 5.5 Saturday. And then we had total goals. Richard Mullen with 45 was talking about Friday. Saturday, Yamo, ENORTAP, Kelly, Jose, Pierre Martin, all five of them with 6-3. Coach Luciano, Andrew, 5-4. And right score, it was Jose with 2 Saturday. Coach, ENORTAP, Yamo, and with 1. The fantasy, we have 1 winner. It was Pierre Martin, I believe, with Bergeron. Surprisingly, Bergeron have the most points. I think he have 3 assists, if I can recall it, something like that. Kelly hit the nil with 68, Mr. ENORTAP. I think the total was 71. Sunday, Coach, ENORTAP, Ron King, 6-3, following by Yamo, Andrew, and Pierre Martin with 5-4. Jose Duarte closed the door with 4-5. Finally, the right score, Coach nailed it with twice yesterday. And then ENORTAP, Ron King. We have a lot. Pierre Martin and Yamo, I believe, are all with on Jose Duarte. Everybody have almost won yesterday. And then the fantasy player, it was Pierre Martin with Mathieu Joseph. I think he had a hat trick with 1 assist yesterday for 7 points. Finally, the right score, he have to come with Mr. Andrew Lepage with 56. I think the score was 57. That's bring us to bring here the new leader of the show, ladies and gentlemen. This is a new leaderboard we're going to bring to you every single day before we start the show. Well, not before we start, but at some point. A little bit complicated. Don't worry about the number. They're all wrong. Just kidding. But the leader weekly, you're going to get the day prior at the first column. Then you're going to have the total of your week. And then the days are the number, the time you play in the game. You have to be a minimum at 3 times per week. Last Friday, we gave you a mulligan. So everybody start at 0 this week, but you're going to have a mulligan. So you can play only 2 times this week. It counts for the week. So you're happy about that. We give you 3 days. But the standing count for that one over there. The leader weekly weekend is going to be on the right side. And then we have a leader for both of them together. But now, for right now, it's enough to tell you what you have to do. And that's what I should. Any question you have, Mr. ENORTAP?
No, I just want to encourage everybody to put.
So I'm glad. Picks. If you understand, I believe everybody understands.
Yeah, for sure. Everybody put in your picks. No mulligans.
Here we go. No mulligan anymore. So make this happening, my friend. Do not missing anybody about that one of that. I say I up above. Yeah.
Somebody came.
Everyone make sure to hit the like, subscribe. Here we go. Jose, thank you so much, Jose. I'm happy about the email Eneman sending. I feel like in 2-3 years, he has won some good forward. I believe that Eneman could be a second line winger or have released a great third line winger. We'll talk about this next couple of minutes. Very important game for tonight between the Kings and the Calgary. Coach, you forgot to put my Saturday game.
No, you put it. I saw it.
Run. I will tell you one thing. No.
Coach is thorough.
You are right there Saturday night at the bottom, 7-2 or 6. Oh, maybe on the bottom here he's talking about.
No, it's there.
I don't know.
3 and 4 Friday.
Yeah, possible about that one over there.
7 and 2 and 6 and 3.
Yeah. So anyway,
that's a good record.
Here we go. So anyway, he got the right score, I'm sure. This morning he was 6-4. I gave him a loss this morning. I make a mistake. So I correct about. Coach, Friday I got Tampa right 5-2. Possible. Honestly. I don't know Friday. You're absolutely right about that. I make a circle right here. So on my paper, you got right about that one over there, Kelly, about that. You did not play yesterday, by the way, but you're not eliminated yet. So that's the good news about that one over there.
Coach, you need to make Kelly your new accountant.
Yeah. By the way, I'll be honest with you guys. For Friday, I forgot a couple of people. I just realized I did not put the people on it over there. I apologize. That's my mistake because honestly, we have a lot of people Friday night, Mr. ENORTAP. Richard Mullen, John Grega, Jose Duarte, Kelly, and Pierre Martin, plus Price Garrett have all one right score Friday night. So I just want to mention they are all here. That's another format I have to do. But see?
Where's your book?
That's what I meant. Oh, we have Mr. Nam return in the house, Mr. ENORTAP.
Hey, Nam. How are you? Welcome back.
I play Sunday, Coach.
No excuse. Put him in early, Pierre.
Did you put your score on the same email, Pierre? So you have to do something. You have to verify. You do something better for this one is because if you send me both at the same email, it's complicated for me. I would prefer you put Saturday, you score, and then the next day you come back with another email. You put Sunday. I run with King and does this very well. It's better for me and not come with a reply to another email. If not, it's complicated. Yamo does very well also, but if I don't know, Pierre, honestly. If you are, you know the score, we trust you because we know you. So if you're 8-1, we're not going to give you 8-1. But if you're 6-3 or 5-4, we're going to put you on the little board.
2-7, yeah, we'll count.
About that one or there. But I don't know if you know that, Mr. ENORTAP, but welcome back, Mr. Danny Bolubin. Tea in the house.
Hey, Danny.
Renaud is welcome back also. Mr. Renaud show up this morning, Mr. ENORTAP.
Hey, Renaud. Welcome back. Long time no see.
Not a problem, Pierre. Just tell me what you got, and I will put you in the list. That will be important. You tell me. Just tell me here how many you got. It will be fine. Next year, I will give you only one email with 5,000 game result. Yeah, well, not a problem. Yeah, well, we can take everything. That's not a problem for that one over there. Mr. Renaud, he asked you, which other team have pressure like the leave ending and do the playoff round number 1?
Oh, it's got to be Colorado. I think they're the heavy favorites to win the cup. If anything short of a cup for them is going to be considered a disappointing year.
Sunday, I got a right score, 3-game round, but it's not a problem. Now it's important, Pierre. But I'm going to put you here.
Yes, Pierre, that's good. That's good.
So let's give him 6-3, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Oh, round, but maybe you're not round, Pierre. Hold on, Mr. ENORTAP. I'm telling you, I'm fired up tonight. He plays Sunday. I have 5 and 4, Pierre Martin, and you have one right score. So I did not put your score on the Sunday, but because I have this on this sheet over there, right there. PM with Joseph, you can see more. Here we go. Okay. See, Mr. ENORTAP?
I see, yes.
Here you go. So I'm going to add this on this one over there, and we'll be done. So that's good. I love it. I love it, Mr. ENORTAP. Talking about Mr. ENORTAP, I believe Florida Panthers cannot lose the first round. That's on the team also with Colorado. With all the trade they make for all what they pay at, when you get Giroux, you get Chariot, you pay a lot of price to get that team get better for this. They are really a team cannot lose the first round in my eyes compared to any other team. And then Colorado, because they expect to go all the way to the final for them. Renaud, I believe also. So
yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah. Mr. ENORTAP, I don't know if you know that, but it's time for you to go. There. You know what I'm talking about? Oh yeah, we are talking about drop that pot, Mr. ENORTAP. Make that face off. Let's start talking about what pay you attention. Not only the last 24 hours, but the last 72 hours. What happening around the league? Tell us a little bit more, and let's move on to drop that pot, Mr. ENORTAP.
Yeah, Coach. Well, this weekend really, I'm not sure how much it cleared up the picture, either in the East or the West, especially in the Atlantic Division. We had a little bit of position changing in the Atlantic, but not very much. We still got 3 teams that are within a point of each other. Tonight's big because we got Toronto and Tampa Bay going head to head, and we also have Boston that's playing against Columbus. So again, those 3 teams in the Atlantic are going to go right down to the wire. As I said yesterday on our power play, I think it's going to come down to that final game between Toronto and Boston in terms of positioning. In Tampa Bay's case, I don't think they really care where they finish. I think they have their eyes sort of set on either second or third. Probably want to avoid fourth. because they'll either face off against Florida or Carolina, depending on who finishes with the lower points of the two. The West, it looks like we're now down to 9 teams, right? And the question is, which of the teams is going to fall off at the end? Um, Dallas looks like they're in an okay position, but it all comes down to those games in hand. And if they don't win them, they're going to find themselves on the outside. The other thing I'm looking at, and I was just looking at it today actually, and I know I probably won't get too many people agreeing, but I looked at the strength of schedule, and it looks like of the teams that are involved, Nashville, Dallas, Vegas, um, Edmonton, LA, of those 5 teams, really, LA has the hardest schedule, and they have the most difficulty in terms of having a full, healthy slate. So it makes tonight's game extremely important for them, because if they can win this, I think they can breathe a little bit easier and say, okay, looks like we're going to be one of the teams in. But if they lose here, like right now, Vegas has, I believe, they jumped ahead of Dallas last night, so they're at 82 points, and LA is at 87, if I'm not mistaken. But they have some games in hand. Dallas does. So it'll be interesting. It's going to go right down to the wire. And here we are with about, what is it, 10 to 12 games left. And it's going to be who gets hot going the rest of the way. And then I wanted to ask you also, Coach, what your thoughts were yesterday about that Subban incident that he jumped on the Islander player there. I'm trying to remember his name now.
Are you talking about Wallstrom and the incident with Wallstrom
Wallstrom,
and
yes.
Vicky Subban?
Yeah.
Okay, so you have 2 things. First of all, you have to applaud Subban to show up for his teammate, a young man at 20 years old, right? Got hurt. The game is so fast. So you never know. You don't have a time to say, to
evaluate.
Yeah, so you go with instinct, right? And the first instinct is to be there for your teammate and for be your best player of the team. You have to show up. Now, I did not like the way he jumped like this on Wallstrom every time. That right? Yeah, you don't have to try to beat someone. It's just like to push someone to the board and show to him some respect every time that. Because again, Wallstrom is not like Matt Martin. Wallstrom is not like 29 years old. It's another young man in the league, if you turn that. You know what I mean? It's just maybe his third year, but he played not. It's really his first year. He played more regular, if you turn that. So with his experience, I think Subban should be a little bit what happened with Jay Bengal for Arizona Coyotes, where the veteran have to be a little bit more cautious about that one over there. So that's only I would say the negative about Subban, about the way gone on the Wallstrom. On the flip side, I like the fact he go there for his players. And that's what we talk about the Toronto with what happening in the past and what Montreal did not do anything about this, right? But he maybe go all over what he should do against Wallstrom every time that. The good news, the bad news, I don't know the result I used this morning, but it looked like it was not like, it was more like the whiff, I see this at the beginning, I told him like a Charlie Horse, and not like a ECL or MC, you know what I mean? Like he come back on the ice and then he left again. So I don't know what happening today. I did not check his evaluation. I'm sure he did today. But overall, that's what I think is happening. I don't know if you see this the same way.
No, I agree with the majority of what you said. The only thing that I kind of question a little bit, and it could be any situation, not just this one with Subban. If you look at that hit that he placed just before Subban attacked him, I thought it was a clean hit. There was nothing dirty about it, and I'm starting to see a pattern now that even if whether it's a hip check or if it's just a solid hit against the boards, I'm starting to see more and more that third man then jumping in, which I can understand. You're trying to defend your teammates. But I think if it's a clean hit, you know, there's a different way that you can approach it. They used to say, you know what, you look around, you take down the player's number in your head, and the next opportunity you get, you deliver the same kind of hit. But I don't know. I don't know if we're starting to see.
No, it's just
the
for
art
me,
of
like the
hitting.
game is so fast, right? At that moment, maybe Subban is looking to pass the puck to the right side. He's not looking there, possible. And then he just realized Hughes is down.
Hurt.
So
Yeah.
is it
yeah.
like a knee contact? Is it like the knee over? Honestly, it's a good contact. The puck just left Jack Hughes before he got hit, right? It was like almost like a bang bang. Maybe a little bit late, but not to consider like a bad play or something. Again, the players did it while Strum. It's just a bad luck for Hughes.
Right.
But again,
Right.
Subban, the way, you know what I mean? Like, you just see the player down. And that's what I said. I like the reaction of Subban, but at some point you have to get it further out. The ref did very well. And I'm sure Piquet Subban, thank you so much. I'm better to go locker room against Islanders with Johnson, Martin, everybody else, right? He was happy about that. But the call, he was right. He got a 2-minute, a 5-minute, a game misconduct, and together everything like that. So the ref did a great job. But I'm good, you know, for Subban, for me, overall, I think he did well on that situation about that one. I did not like the case for Jake Bungle. We can talk a little bit later about that one over there. But we have Mr. Noner in the house.
Sorry, I was just going to add also final two things. It was great to see Price back in practice today. Looks like he may be coming around and playing a couple games for us this year. And secondly, prayers to Mike Bossy, to him and his family. You know, keep him in your prayers. He's going through a very tough time now in his life, and I'm sure it's one of those situations where you hate to see anybody. Doesn't matter whether they're an idol of ours over the years or just a person that we don't know. You hate to see them going through these kind of things. So keep your prayers for Mike Bossy.
Yeah, we talked about this morning. Honestly, someone bring this on the table. We talk about Mike Bossy, like his career, everything like that, and
classy.
You know, so it came quick, right? Fast that happening. Like a couple of months ago, he was still to work with the TVA Sport. The rumor was he was sick, and then the last time appearance on the TV, he said, "Look, I go through some problems, health, and I'm going to fight, and I'm going to go through this. But look like right now it's not the way it turned around. So we wish the best, and we'll see what could happen after that. You know what I mean? So Yep, Carey Price back on the ice, smiling on the ice. We see that's one of them. I want to be surprised he show up for the next couple of games, Mr. ENORTAP, about him. For sure. Talking about Carey Price, talking about, you have a few people talking about this. First of all, Dallas have the easier schedule, by the way, for the team you mentioned earlier. And then now the team you have to be, they cannot sleep on their pillow is Nashville. Nashville is not in anyway, so they have to be sure because Dallas and Vegas can catch up them. They can possibly be out of the line of the playoff too.
Yeah.
So Saint will be fine if you turn that. So it will be interesting about that one. The Oilers, Renault, Los Angeles, St. Louis lock in. I agree with you. How many team will get 100 points this year?
Oh, gotta believe. Well, Florida's there, Carolina's just about there, so they'll be in. I think we could see maybe Toronto, Tampa, both.
I see about 4.
Overall?
Yeah.
No, I think there'll be more. You already have Colorado and Florida there, so there's 2. Carolina's going to get it for sure, so there's 3. And you got to believe, I think both Toronto and Tampa will get it. So we're up to 5.
Oh, yeah, Ranger are 94.
Yeah, they'll be close. I think they might be able to do it. So there's 6. And
maybe more, yeah.
Yeah, there could be about 6 or 7. Who knows?
Minnesota, Boston will be close.
Yeah. I think that's about it, though.
I like the fact Calgary is still number 7, 8, 9 in the standing.
Hey, the lower it goes, the better.
Subban play is very dangerous. Is borderline, yep.
That's when he does the slew footing. Yeah.
Yep.
Sure.
Do you think Winnipeg and Vancouver have given up mentally now? They are lost a couple of games, the key game. Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
Yep. Alexandre Meilleur, welcome aboard. Blackhawks fan 97 Kate in the house. Mike Bussy, gentle giant, fantastic man. Mr. NHL Hockey News report is in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Renaud. I love that Montreal took a team picture in Tampa after the game with Coach Shane. Some P. Coach, picture. What do you think about what Freeman said about price, hype, or through? I think management in Montreal will want to see him play even if he's to keep him next season. So what do you think about this?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean, Price looked very happy too. Like, hopefully that's the best scenario for Montreal. His decision is, I feel good. I want to finish my career here in Montreal. Then you got the best of both worlds because, I mean, you can imagine next year having both him and Jake Allen. They have to be a little bit more careful in splitting the time. You don't want Carey Price to be playing, 55, 60 games. A good, maybe I would say 50-32 split would be good. And you keep him healthy for the playoffs, if the playoffs are around for them.
Yeah, for me, first, I think foresee him to play a couple of games to see what his knee react. We thought that's the first thing. The second thing is maybe to expose him to other team. Thirdly is to see himself what he feel about that. And fourthly, after all those information I just gave to you, Montreal is going to see if they trade him or if Carey Price want to leave or if Carey Price wants to stay or maybe Carey Price said, I retire. Yeah. That's ABC right there. That's simple. Yeah. So, yeah, nothing around that part of there. I want to mention to you, we have a special guest. Marco D'Amico is going to be here Wednesday at 12 o'clock. We welcome Marco. He's going to talk about all the QM players, the Joshua Roy, the defensemen, and everything on that. So don't miss him. Wednesday, 12 o'clock p.m. He's going to be with us. We have John Gregor in the house, Mr. ENORTAP.
Hey, John, how are you?
That's great to see that. Gallagher is going to be back with Montreal tomorrow night, by the way, for what we heard. The Montreal Canadiens signed Emil Heineman. We did a video earlier today, Mr. ENORTAP. Something you have to look about this. And all the members of the Hockey Nation Show is going to get a video tomorrow. Tomorrow about, I make a video for him, all the goal he did during the year. So you can see Emil Heineman tomorrow about that for all the members of the Hockey Nation Show. Coach, why was Price sitting alone for them team photo? Any idea why? Because he was missing a piece. He was missing someone in front of the row. Honestly, Pierre, I think they was supposed to expect a management over there, and never happened. Glad to see Pierre Gervais at the middle. Montreal, Mr. ENORTAP, they changed so much. And few months, the way they present themselves with all the details. It's out to have the first time in ENORTAP for the last many years, the reporter, the people who follow the team daily have access for the team picture to watch this.
That's
It's
right.
all about Chantal
100%.
Magabe. She just does an amazing, great job about that one over there. So
I agree.
again, that's the details, right? The little things make a team all together, feel you are part of the team, and I just feel like he does a great job about those stuff like that. And then we want to thank Pierre Gervais, 35 years as a trainer, equipment manager now for the team. Pierre Gervais is going to leave the team at the end, retire. Great asset for the Montreal for many, many years about that one over there. So thank you so much for Pierre for many years about that. I just tried Mr. Yann Gionnet is in the house. Salut mon Yann. AKYT, welcome aboard. Thanks for joining us. By the way, the team picture, why
Welcome,
Montreal
everyone.
does this, Mr. ENORTAP, right now, is because every team have to do one before the playoff. And so it's not only Montreal, it's everybody have to do it right now. Many other teams did during the day. So I just want to sharing this about that one over there. They are doing good. Nick still a little pain. On a positive note, Lemieux and Anderson should be come back this week for LA. The game is maybe an average at best. I coach Mr. Bryce Garrett is in the house. Possible. We'll see what happened about this one. Price want to get trade to the West, Renault said. No, not to go to sleep. Mr. Kevin TB, welcome aboard. I just try. It's hard to read when people talking that you don't know. With Kelly, he has a Petrie type issue from the West, but that Coach Anata, where do you think Columbus? Coach Anata, where do you think Columbus Jacket will finish next season? It's hard to answer you, King, because we don't know the roster. You don't know other team. Too many chances could happen, right now. So it's not going. Whatever we said, maybe 5 or 6, 8. It's just like you don't really know yet what could happen about this one over there.
I still think they'll be on the outside looking in. I don't think they'll make the playoffs though.
Yeah, possible. Steve G said Innerman is a nice Swedish prospect from a leg San IF organization. Absolutely right about this, Steve. About him for sure. About Mr. Emil Innerman. Here we go, Mr. ENORTAP. 6:39, 4 games to go. Let's jump in right away. And it's time for your prediction highlights of the night.
Okay, so let's start with this. Boston and Columbus we have first. Olmark and Elvis Merzlikins. Looks like they're slated as the starters. The Bruins, they're kicking off a 4-game road trip tonight and look to keep pace in the Atlantic when they visit Columbus. They're 2 points behind the Leafs and Tampa Bay, and they also face off against each other tonight. So that'll, as I was saying before, that'll make an interesting change. Perhaps we could see two different teams tied by the end of the night. Boston's coming off of a 5-2 home win against the Blue Jackets from Saturday. And now in their last 14 games, they're surprisingly 11-2-1, which is they've had a very good run, and that's why they're part of that triangle that coach speaks about. McAvoy has been on a roll for Boston of late. He's got 7 points in his last 4 games. Allmark has been having a decent year as well. He's coming in, giving Swayman the night off. The Blue Jackets, they head into this match, actually rematch, looking to snap a 6-game slide for themselves. It's been a bit of a rough stretch for Columbus. They've in their last 15 games, they've gone 4-7-4. So you got a team that's kind of waved the white towel and hoping that the season ends very soon. Consistency has been an issue really for them. I think there were certain stretches in the year where it looked like they were always a hard out for teams, and many times Columbus would come out on top. But now it seems to be almost the opposite. Against Boston, they led 2-1 before the Bruins came back, and on Thursday they fell behind 2-0 to the Islanders before battling back to tie it. The Blue Jackets have allowed at least 3 goals in each of their past 8 games. And Elvis, who started the past 5 games in net, he's gone 0-3-2 with a 369 goals against and an 897 save percentage. And that's not going to get it done for a starting goaltender in the NHL. So I'm going to take Boston to win this one, Coach, 5-3.
All right.
And it takes us to perhaps the game of the night, or at least one of the two. Toronto and Tampa Bay. At the start of a crucial stretch with the regular season schedule winding down, Tampa Bay are not rolling into the week with the greatest of momentum. The 2-time, defending Stanley Cup champions will open a trio of challenging games with tonight, starting with tonight with the Leafs. It's the third of 4 meetings between these two this year. On Wednesday, Tampa faces then Washington, and on Friday, they're going to be playing the Boston Bruins. So that's 3 difficult games in a short stretch of time, 5 days. So they're going to have their work cut out for them. It'll be interesting to see if we're going to see Vasilevsky in net for all of these games in the next 5 days. I suspect we'll probably see Elliott in one of those. The Lightning had a 2-0 lead in the first period against the Habs on the weekend, but ended up on the short end of a 5-4 defeat, courtesy of Nick Suzuki's lone tally in the shootout that they had. Very nice goal that he put in. With the loss, now the Lightning had their 4-game winning streak snapped at the end. Tampa and Toronto, they're fighting for the runner-up spot in the Wild Atlantic Division there, behind the Panthers. I think that the teams, they split a pair of games at Toronto earlier this season. Toronto, if you recall, earned that 2-1 overtime victory back in November. And then the Lightning defeated in December, they defeated the Leafs 5-3. So either way, it's going to be an exciting game for sure. The Leafs, they enter this game on a 4-game winning streak following Saturday's 6-3 victory over the Flyers. It was good to see Jack Campbell return. And hopefully he's getting ready for the playoffs. So this is going to be a tough one. I think it will go to overtime, and I'm going to take Tampa Bay to win this one in overtime, 4-3.
He told me to copy exactly what he said, so I just took the same score.
Oh boy! Oh, you copped out of that one. You don't want to get in trouble from our Leaf fans. Okay, that's okay. I'll take the blame. Don't worry. Our third game of the night, Arizona and St. Louis. The Blues will look to tighten up their defense when they host the Coyotes tonight to open a 4-game homestand for themselves. It's an extremely important 4-game homestand. They just recently extended their point streak to 4 games, where they went 3-0-1 with a 6-4 victory over Calgary. That was an impressive game, although Calgary really dominated the game. The Blues, they earned 7 out of a potential 8 points against Vancouver, Edmonton, and Calgary. That really helped them pull out of a slump that they were in where they went 3-6-3. So they gave themselves a little bit of breathing room. We were kind of worried about St. Louis and where they were going. Personally, I still think they have some issues on defense. I think St. Louis, forward wise, they could put out a deep team. I think their top three lines are solid, especially now that Kairou's back into the lineup, and it looks like even Barbashev's starting to contribute again after going through a series of games without any points. So they're deep that way. My concern is um, uh, on defense, and in net, it looks like they're going to have to go with Husso. Billington has not lived up to expectations, so we'll see where this goes. Arizona's coming off of a 3-2 overtime loss over the Blackhawks on Sunday. They bounced back after falling 5-0 to the Ducks on Friday night. And who else do we have? I think Kyrou he was part of that COVID 3-day, 3 games that he missed because of non-COVID reasons. He had some other kind of illness that kept him out. I think even Logan Brown missed Saturday's game due to an illness. The Coyotes, on the other hand, right now they have 10 players on their roster who started the season in the AHL. So they have their share of injuries, and you can tell because they're starting to really plummet in the standings. So I'm going to take St. Louis to win this one 4-2.
All right.
And our final game of the night pits Markstrom against Peterson. It's going to be a wild game, I believe. A 3-game losing streak, their first since January, is enough cause for concern for the Flames as they now hit the road to face LA tonight to kick off a 4-game road trip. And really, they want to focus on their defense. The Flames are 3 points ahead of the Kings with 3 games in hand. So I don't think there's too much of a threat that LA might catch them because of those games in hand. Although they do play twice more, so anything can happen, really. The Flames, they pride themselves on being a very tight defensive-minded squad, and it sort of mimics what their coach Sutter does want to see from the team. So, losing that game 6-4 to St. Louis on Saturday really goes against everything that represents what they are. So their main focus is going to be on defense in my eyes. LA, they won a 3-2 shootout fair in Calgary last week. As much as Calgary's struggling to win, those losses that they had really sort of weren't as bad as it looks on paper, because in all 3 games that they lost, they really dominated the game, but they just didn't score enough, obviously. Despite a lengthy injured list, the Kings, they're returning home after a 3-2 win on the Jets. That was a huge win for them, and it capped off a 2-0-1 road trip, including a shootout loss in Edmonton. However, with 11 games remaining in the season, the Kings not only hold their playoff fate in their own hands, but they have a chance to earn home ice advantage in the opening round of the Stanley Cup playoffs. I don't know if that's going to be a plus for them, because if you really look at if you break down their record, they have more road wins than they do home wins. As a matter of fact, I think they're up to 20 road wins right now, which is just second to Colorado, if you can believe that, who has 21. So they're more successful on the road, and I think they'd feel comfortable whether they opened up at home or on the road, in my opinion. But this is going to be another tough game. I think this will go probably to a shootout, and that's why I will take Calgary to win it 4-3.
And you score?
That's a good question. 28. 28.
28 for you. I go with 20. 27 or 21. That's 6 goals, friends. That's a lot. Boston's go for 7 there. This will be 6 or 13. That'd be 7. That's 20. Yep. 27.
27.
27. Kelly's
perfect.
Kelly just said 27 too.
Well, then you're in luck, Coach. Kelly says it.
It's looking good for that one over there for sure. And Joseph said 23. And he go with the only one took Matthews tonight.
Mm-hmm. And of course, congratulations to Draisaitl, who scored his 50th last night.
Yep.
So it looks like we're going to get a good battle to the end.
By the way, we have to say hello to Harper, Mr. ENORTAP. Harper.
Hello.
Harper, welcome, and the Hockey Nation Live Show. Mr. ENORTAP, fantasy hockey before we shut down here.
Sure.
Yeah, I got it, Kelly, about that. I need to find a place. Here we go. All right. It looked like I'm behind again. That's a part of my life in the fantasy. This one. Boston, Edmond, McEnroy, Kucherov, Matthews, and Marchand.
Nice. And I will take St. Louis, Riley, Anderson of Calgary. And then my forwards, Point, Marner, and Goudreau.
Awesome. We'll see what happening about that one over there. That's fun between you and me. And honestly, I took Marchand, he did Goudreau. So that will be what is going to be a big fun tonight about that. She's smiling about this. Awesome. Jake M., welcome back. I cannot believe nobody picked the Leafs. Many people took the Leafs, Jake, but not me and ENORTAP. But many of them took it, the Leaf for tonight. That'd be awesome.
Okay,
don't forget,
Bryce,
before you leave the building, to click on the likes. That'd be awesome. I took all the stats. Everybody, Joseph, also Danny, Noner, everybody, Steve G, thanks to participate. But Mr. ENORTAP, before you leave, sorry about that. I have to move this one. It's time for you to, of course, you're going to be on breakaway. Here we go. It's time for the shootout. ENORTAP took the puck at the red line. He's coming to the right side of the Felix Potvin. He's coming to the middle with a stick angling. Move to the right, to the left. Top shell, crossbar. He scored the goal. He's going to tell us what he's looking for tonight in NHL. Mr. ENORTAP, welcome back to the end of the night.
Well, as we said earlier, Coach, we have the 3 key teams in the Atlantic that are all 3 facing off, particularly Toronto and Tampa with each other. Boston has, I think, a little bit easier time with Columbus. But that Toronto-Tampa game should be a good indication of what we might see. And these could very well be the 2 teams that meet up in the first round of the playoffs. We don't know that for sure yet. The other game, of course, is Calgary and LA. Calgary's looking to sort of reestablish themselves, like I said, defensively especially, and dictate the pace of the game. I don't think there's much to worry with Calgary right now. LA, huge game. In my eyes, this is probably they're. I know we've been saying this for the last couple of weeks for almost every game that they're playing, but in my eyes, this is huge because if they win and then they have another matchup with Calgary, they could technically try to challenge for first in the division. But if they lose, then we could be talking about a different, depending on what happens tomorrow night, a different side of the coin where could they be one of those four teams that is in that mix of not making the playoffs. I know it sounds obscure, but I just fear that with the injuries and of the four teams that are trying to get into that last wild card position, they have the hardest schedule ahead of them. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, you're absolutely right about this for sure. I was looking about the one team we don't talk because everybody focus on Toronto and Calgary, everything like that, is Boston. Boston cannot lose if they want to stay in the race.
Right.
Because one of the two teams is going to win tonight, so you're going to have another extra 2 points over them. So if they want to try to finish second, they have to win tonight. They cannot lose that game tonight. So it's really important game for them about that. Pierre Martin, I got your information. That's no problem. Everybody got it about this. I heard that Winnipeg has a slim chance of winning the Stanley Cup. No, Alan, they are done. Cook like a steak at Alan just said about that one over there. So that will be interesting about this, Mr. ENORTAP, how really it's going to be like this anyway until the end of the season. Every night we're going to say, oh, that game or this game or this game, and they cannot lose at the end. They have to win all of them. By the way, Los Angeles Kings win tonight. They are only 2 points behind or 1 point behind Calgary.
That's right, yeah.
So it's all close. It is, right? So that's happening. We're going to be back at 7:30 here. We're going to do the live stream play-by-play Toronto again at Tampa Bay. Obviously, I wish the game on the NHL Network where I'm behind, but it's better at nothing, honestly. And then we're going to follow the game Boston-Columbus on my computer also. So a lot of hockey night at the Hockey Nation Live Show. We want to thank you, Mr. ENORTAP, for your participation tonight, like you do all the time with great, like
my pleasure,
like a Hall of Famer of the inside of the prediction of the night. And then we have to welcome and thanks everybody in the chat. Mr. ENORTAP tonight at the Hockey Nation Live Show. 35 likes, so that's a pretty good night for everybody. We thank each one of you guys, and we wish you good luck for your prediction tonight. We're going to see tomorrow, Mr. ENORTAP, who is at the leaderboard of the weekly by the Hockey Nation Live Show. Until then, we wish everybody, and one more time, you are awesome. You are amazing. You are the best. And remember, if I open my soul, greatness inside of you. Thank you so much, everybody. We appreciate your participation. Of course, we wish you an amazing, great night. If we don't see you at 7:30, I hope to see you tomorrow at 12 o'clock with another show of the Morning Skate with the hockey coach, Coach Frenchy. Until then, have an amazing, great night. Mr. ENORTAP, it was always a pleasure having you. And, of course, be well, be healthy. Find a way not only dominate your day. Find a way to dominate what, Mr. ENORTAP?
Your 2022.
2022 on fire, Mr. ENORTAP. Have an amazing, great night, everybody.
Good night, everyone. Good night, Coach.
Good night.
We're just putting on a show. What do I know? I need to open my eyes and get a touch of that reality. Don't want another surprise.